opening statement from Coach, and then get into questions.
Well, we got the score back up into the 80s, which was good. We shot the ball better. I don't know if I hope that's more in a one-game thing. We'll see. It's a good win on the here. Good crowd. Appreciate everybody getting out here. It was an exciting game, I thought. As a coach, again, I want to congratulate our people who are putting on all the things that go with the flags running up and down the floor and the band playing and the music that comes out, and you're getting a good atmosphere, really a kind of a big-time atmosphere here, and it's a good feel, and glad to see Brad Smith and his lovely wife and Christian, his lovely wife there, cheering us on. So it was a good win for the school. I hope everybody enjoyed it.
Pretty happy with your tweaks, obviously. Do you anticipate anything else being changed? Just gonna let it ride for right now?
Well, I've run out of things after a while. I'm not real smart, so one or two things, that's about all I can do. But no, I think it's the way we're going to have to play. We're going to run into some bigger challenges when we get into Appy State, for example, has a 6'11" center that blocks a lot of shots around the rim. But as long as we keep our ball movement and the pace, what I think it did better for us was it created a faster pace. Our cuts were good. They were sharp. The ball moved up the floor faster, and we weren't waiting on that first pick where it just stopped and kind of waited. Now you're just hitting 8 and everything's starting to move. So I like that better. And we just finished working the kids out, and they're a creative bunch. They're a creative bunch. I give them a lot of freedom. We set them into the sets, and what we do at first is I'll have my assistant coach, Mark Klein, really gets up there and he gives them different movements, and we kind of orchestrate the movements just to show them what they can do. And then we go up and down after we do that for about 20 minutes where they're practicing on how they spin off of the three on one side, 2 on one side, and how they're going to come off, back pick, cut, back door, whatever they do. Mark will kind of choreograph it the first 20 minutes, and then we go up and down the floor, and it's called delay. So we go 2 delays, and then I turn them loose, and then they figure it out themselves, and they'll go beyond Mark's classroom. Mark will give them they go from Algebra 1 to trigonometry when they start doing it. So they do a good job of being creative and giving us different looks. I'm always watching because what I'll do sometimes is when they do something that they probably forget, I'll remember. I'll go up and write it down. That's the only reason I can remember it. And then I'll write it down. Then in the game might come up and I say, look, y'all, do this. And they're the ones that showed me. I'm just showing them back what they showed me. So it's getting a lot smoother. We look pretty good today. And, we just got to take it down the road. Each game's different. You got a new group coming in here that beat us down there. We owe them a little bit, and we see what we can do.
When you look at Old Dominion, obviously they got the better of you down there, but they look a little bit different now that their leading scorer not with the program. How do you assess kind of what happened a couple weeks ago and make some changes ahead?
Early on, you don't know if it's going to hurt him or not. I think over a long haul, maybe so, because he was a very good player. But sometimes when you get that little bump in the road, those first 2, after that, they're still pretty good. They're still trying to show some people that we can do this. So, I watched them play Georgia Southern a little bit this morning, and they still playing hard. So it's going to be a challenge. And they got some talent down there. They got guys that can put it on the floor and deck it. So, we just got to be better than we were down there. We played pretty good for a little while, and they got in the second half and had about a 10-minute bad run, and they got away from us. But, I think we'll be ready for it. They know and understand the importance of this game. And, 2 games off the lead, 1 game off second. So they're going to be ready. We'll see what happens.
Is that what makes them kind of a dangerous team? They got a lot to play for. They're trying to prove that they can play, and of course the situation with Jeff Jones as well.
Now, I think that's twofold. And one scenario is yours, is that they're really dangerous because they play loosely. And the other scenario is they quit. I don't know which one it is, but I watched Georgia Southern. They hadn't quit, so we're going to catch them when they play hard. So it should be a good contest, and they've been on almost every game, not every one, but almost every one. So they're going to be a good contest here on Saturday, or excuse me, Thursday. Better go one at a time.
Coach Jacob had a little stretch there. I thought maybe his best offensive stretch of the season there midway through that game. Do you feel like he's assimilating into the offense a little bit better?
I don't know. I'll just say this. We do film work every day, about 20 minutes worth before we go to practice, and I showed every one of them. So I was going, that's the guy we got to have. Watch yourself here. So he got to see himself. He's going to be a really good player. Sometimes his best defender is himself, and if we can get him off of him, maybe we can get Vance and get all that talent he's got, because he's got a ton of talent, and he's going to get better because he's going to get bigger and stronger.
And when you look at the way the schedule is set up this year, sometimes we have a Wednesday to Saturday break in between games. Sometimes it's Thursday to Saturday. Do you notice a difference in your team with an extra day's rest versus?
Only when we lose or win. It depends on the outcome. If we lose, it takes you too long to play again to get it out of your mind. If we win, you like it because you got an extra day to enjoy it. So, it's this business is win-lose business. I do, and I've been telling Marshall fans should be Marshall fans regardless. What these young men owe you and what the coaching staff owes you is to do the very best they can, and they're getting that. And for that, they should be Marshall fans and come and cheer as hard as you can, win or lose, doesn't matter. Enjoy the game, come out. It's going to be a good game. And I don't know, and I used to say this in the NBA with Mike, the way we play. And back then it was kind of a novelty. Now kind of everybody's playing this way. But the way we played back then made for a good game for you, the fans, and the other team, because they got to play. They get that flow going too. And they feel, and so the biggest winner in all of it is probably the fans, because they get a good game. It's exciting. You get to see athletes running them down the floor. You get to see skill levels that sometimes, to me, seeing players, athletic, skill levels, making decisions, a lot more entertaining than a coach calling 2-2-2, jump, down. Who wants to watch a coach, So the emphasis on the young people, and they get to play, and it's exciting.
With that, what Nate did the other day with Dan, that's why he brought him here. He didn't play that way, obviously, at Texas State, but he's coming into his own.
And it took Coach a little bit of time to figure that out. But I didn't want to be in too big a hurry to get him up there doing that, because I wanted Jacob to be able to see how far he's going to come. I made a decision about a week and a half ago that we're going to have to tweak offense a little bit. It's going to have to take a little bit off of Jacob. And that's when we started pushing the ball into the middle. We knew that Nate could do that all along, but, we've been doing 9 years of strong point guards of, John Elmore years, and then you had Jared West a little bit in between, then you had Tavion, and then you had Andy. So we were, you're pretty ingrained into doing it a certain way. And it wasn't, we weren't having the same success because Jacob hadn't quite grown into that yet. I think he's going to before it's over with. So, we turned around and looked. We knew that Nate could do those things, and he made good decisions on the pick and rolls. When he called them off pick and rolls, he was making good passing decisions and everything else. So we figured, well, let's get him the ball, let him start the offense. He'll make good decisions. And so we started throwing it over him a little bit. And, I think he said it was the first time he's ever scored 20 points in a college game. And I bet in the high school when he scored 20 points, it was all layups because he was bigger and stronger than everybody. But, he made good decisions. He catches in there. He got a little touch in the lane, got a little bit of touch, and we're going to try to keep improving his range with that. And I think as he gets confidence that his game will merge. And I think what he had, 10 rebounds, 23 points, 6 assists. It's pretty good for a center. So, the 10 rebounds, okay, 23 points, okay, 6 assists with it, that's pretty good. So, you know, we're looking forward to him developing and the team develop around him and see if I can carry us into exciting postseason, see what happens.
When you look at some of the success you've had on the boards, I mean, you out-rebounded several teams in a row. And does that aggression on offense kind of lead to an advantage on the boards in one way or another?
Anytime you're successful on offense, you get the spirit on defense. You know, you get all the loose balls. You get excited. You know, it's just it's more fun, and you'd like to say it's different, but it's not. Anybody who plays knows once you start hitting shots, the energy levels pick up. So I do think that by going the way we're playing everybody out. Our guys aren't real well, Nate's built pretty good, but he's still at 6'8". Most of our guys are, but he's quick and they're agile, and by them being on the outside going to the rim, they can dodge and they're not down there sumo wrestling before it goes up. And then Nate gets a step or two to go rebound, which is I think helps him because now he's got a step or two and he's up and he's knocking people around. It's a lot better than being down there and having to just lock down without any motion. You're just locking down, seeing who's the strongest guy in there. And he's good size and everything, but he's running into guys 250, 262, you know, that can hold their own. So I think the rebounding is helping. And we got good size. You know, Jacob Connor as a point guard, and he's our lead guard. He's got to be the leading rebounder probably in the conference, I would imagine. But you got 6'10" kid as the most time a guard is guarding him. You got White comes in, he's 6'9", and you know they're all long. Obina, 7, you know, they're long guys. So our defense, and it's helped our defense. Our defense best numbers that we've had since I've been here. Everybody criticized me on the. I know y'all did too, but and I understand that. You know, that's what makes it fun is when they'll say, "Oh, that's stupid." You know, okay, we'll see. I was used to being that little guy on the wall, but they say he can't play. Look at him; he's 5'5" and 100, or 5'6", and or 5'11" when I came here, 155 pounds. He can't play. Okay, let's see. You know, so I've done that all my life. I'm used to it. So we just do the best we can. I think we'll give Marshall a good show. Hope everybody shows up and cheers these guys on. We need you, and we're going to see what we can do. All right.
All right.